her own sandwiches. And so now she's attending our church here. And in this church, she's very loved and very, very appreciated. And we're so grateful that we can help her in this way. I have never met anybody quite like her as far as dedication and commitment goes. She goes out every single night of the week. It's a very practical way of showing them love. Some people say, well, I really care about you, but then they don't do anything practical. And what I love about Ellen is that she puts her money where her mouth is.
Remember, God loves you and I love you. And you're not going to turn it off, no matter what you do.
These people are born here. They speak the language. They had the opportunity to go to school and everything else. But they choose to be here. They choose to be on the streets because they are a bunch of irresponsible people. La Frasca Pizza.
Afshin Javed used to believe this was true. As a recent immigrant who has had to work hard to set up his own business, he once thought that living on the streets was simply a matter of choice, until a phone call changed his mind.
Mom called and said, I'm sick, I can't get out, and I need somebody to go out there and actually feed the kids. I said, Mom, don't you have anybody? No, I don't have anybody. Okay, I'll go. I changed my mind because when I saw these things over years, and I saw the stories that basically, no, these are not decisions that they made. Some of these people were making decisions that they were forced to make. And now, because of the situations of family, government, whatever that it may be, they were forced into a certain situation. And there is not much choice, really. I found out that in Greek, there are a few different words for love. There is romantic love, there is a lustful love, but there is love that expresses and is used for God. That's agape, unconditional. No matter if you're good to me or bad to me, no matter what decisions you have made, no matter who you are, I love you.
God bless you.
I thank her because I think this is a lesson that she can teach everybody.
I just do whatever I can as a mother to help them.
Any good mother will tell you she doesn't play favorites. But every now and then, even the best might let it slip.
I have a few that I tend to spoil a bit more than others.
First time I met Mom, I was panhandling on a corner, very scared, had never been in Vancouver. And Mom came up and gave me a sandwich and introduced herself and gave me a great big hug.
She was new on the streets here and living outside. She didn't have a place to go. And I did what I could to help her. She was a sweet little girl, a really nice little girl, and I just loved her.
She just wanted to make sure everybody was okay and really got a sense that she was a mom. And from then on, I just knew if I had a problem, I could go to her.
Even with Mum to lean on, the challenges of living life on the street continued to mount for Angie. After surgery on a broken ankle, she started using heroin to help ease the pain. It was Mom who cared enough to take her in to try and conquer the addiction that followed.
She tried. She did the best she could. She rubbed my feet and gave me food and, did everything she could, sat with me while I was, crying and wanted to go do drugs and didn't ask for anything in return. Even though falling after that, coming from her house, and then she sees me on the street again, she was okay. There was no, oh, you failed, no nothing. There was, okay, let's continue. What's the next step?
When she met Shadow, he was using drugs too.
Angie's boyfriend, Shadow, is another of Mom's kids, giving back a little of what was given to him.
Because she helped us so much. That's the reason why I help her. She helped us so much. Quand j'ai rencontré Mom pour la première fois, j'étais dans la rue. Puis c'était comme, je faisais de la drogue, puis tout. Sauf que cette personne-là m'a comme jamais jugé. Puis c'était comme au contraire, elle est venue m'apporter de l'aide. Puis elle est venue comme... C'est pas comme une personne parmi tant d'autres. Là. C'est comme, elle est là pour toi quand t'en as besoin. Puis je trouvais ça puissant.
You want Chinese? I just gave them support all the time. always encouraged them that they could do better, they could do something different, they could make something of their lives.
With Mom's encouragement, Angie and Shadow did do better. They moved away from downtown, enrolled in school, and began treatment for their methadone addiction. Things were looking up for the young couple.
Then when they found out they were pregnant, they were really upset. They had been told that the baby would be in the hospital 2 months after birth to detox. And they were both crying when they came to tell me. And I said, what are you talking about? You've got all these months yet. You've got 7 months. You can get totally off methadone before the baby comes.
And then Shadow called her when I was in labor, and she came in as soon as she could. I think she was there in 5 minutes, and waited with us and held my hand through the whole thing.
Hi, how are you? There's my baby. It was really important to follow up on my commitment to her. I was there when they found out they were pregnant, and I was there when the baby was born. No addiction.
And since the birth,
They'd been drug-free for 3 months.
Mom is my family. She was my family when no one else was there. And I like her to see what good she's done for us. I'm off the street. I went to school, now taking care of a baby. He's working. We have an apartment.
To know that they're doing so well together, it just feeds my soul. And I'm just so pleased and just impressed with my wonderful children that they were able to have this child and keep her and provide her with a good home and loving care.
She's given me love, she's given me hope, and she made me realize that everything's going to work out.
but soon Mom is going to face trouble of her own.
If anything can go wrong, it will. You just have to figure a way to get around it. A vitamin?
Oh, no thanks. Well, all right.
How are you going to grow up big and strong if you don't eat the vitamins your mother gives you?
It couldn't hurt. Thank you very much.
Despite the hundreds that are thankful for the food, vitamins, and love that Mom dispenses every day on the street, there's always someone who wants more.
Someone stole her frickin' coat. Yeah. And that's pretty low.
The boys heard somebody outside and they went running out just in time to see a van drive away with the scooter in it.
I thought of this idea that we should create a combo, and out of that combo, we donate whatever the profit is for her buying a scooter.
The downtown community rallied together in Mom's time of need. Afshin's customers not only bought up Mom's combo, but chipped in with cash donations as well. Local businesses helped the campaign with their own generous support. And within a month, Mom was back on the road.
You hear about this bad person that went and stole a scooter from a handicapped woman that feeds the homeless, But the positive side was we got connected with everybody that was wonderful, everybody that was beautiful, everybody that cared, everybody that said what she does matters.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.
But that wasn't the end to the troubles Mom faced.
When I was looking for a kitchen, it seemed an ideal location because it's right beside my territory. It's handy to the stores and transit and stuff. And there's a room to cook and a room to store the food. I've really appreciated having this space. The fire department came in and did an inspection. And there's no emergency exit, and there's no ventilation, and there's no sprinkler system. So they said that it wasn't safe and that I had to be out of here. I have all my stuff put into lockers, and one of the lockers has power in it, so we have the deep freezers and the fridges there to put the sandwiches in. All it is for sandwich storage. There's no place to work, no place to cook, no place even to prepare sandwiches. So I have to do everything at home. It's a lot more work for me, having my scooters parked in one place, all my stuff stored over here, and then cooking in my home. But it works. And at least my children are still getting fed.
Ellen is still making the rounds, but at what cost to her health?
Last week she couldn't get out of bed. She could barely roll over. How are you feeling today?
My back and my hips are really bad today. Dandelion came back to town just in time. Her and John took over the route and the cooking and everything.
Dandelion is another of Mom's street kids who's been helping out when she can and doing some mothering of her own.
So she only goes out once a night now. And then someone does the other round. Usually me lately. But I live with most of the people that she's feeding. She feeds me all the time. It's that's the way I can help put back what I'm receiving. I love you and I'll see you later. She'll never actually quit. She'll be have 1 foot half of the grave and still be riding that trolley around.
Have you eaten well today? I guess sometimes I'm stubborn. But I figure as long as I can do the work, I'm going to do it. I'm the richest person I know. I have no money, but I have so much love. And the more love you give away, the more you have to give. That's the best riches there is. You can never spend it all.